Welcome to I Found the Mahdi. My name is Alia Halal.
And I'm Irfan Alamgir.
And we're joined here by a very special guest. He is our honored brother, Brother Arif, all the way from the United States of America. How are you doing, Brother Arif?
Alhamdulillah. How are you guys doing?
We're great. We're so excited to get to know you better, get to know your story better, and share it with the viewers, really. That's what we like to do on I Found the Mahdi.
Yeah, that's the theme of the show. To have you here is a great surprise and a great honor for us. And we always kick off the show by asking our guest to tell the audience and us. We're very curious to know about your background, where you hail from originally, what religion, if any, that you practiced, and how it eventually led to you finding the Imam of your time.
Thank you for having me here. First of all, I would like to say that the honor is actually mine.
God bless you.
My journey basically started from my childhood. Since my childhood, I was born in Uzbekistan. So that was during the USSR times, the communist regime times, and our nation has been through this religious oppression and all of this. You know how they during the communist period things worked, like it was atheism basically.
Right.
So the Central Asia, Uzbekistan is one of the main countries or the nations who would hold to Islam and the spread of Islam. During early times, we have lots of heritage and Islamic culture. For example, most known hadith collectors like Bukhari,
Yeah.
Tirmidhi,
Yes.
they are actually from our region, and there were many religious scholars. So I had some interest in Islam when I was probably 8 to 9 years old.
Well, very young.
I started learning about it. Although my family had really nothing much to do with religion or Islam.
Right,
And
because of
then-
the Soviet influence.
Yes,
at the time.
because they didn't really know who the prophet is, or even his name.
Wow.
It's to that degree.
What exactly is the religious makeup of Uzbekistan? Is it? I know there is a Muslim presence there, the Samarkand and all the going back to that time, and lots of people. Al-Farabi was also from that part.
Yes.
Who was a famous philosopher. But is it like 10-15% Muslim? What is the makeup of the religious profile in Uzbekistan?
So they say it's mostly more than almost 99%, but it is actually probably lower due to this culture we had or the past we had
Right.
with the communists. And although majority say they are Muslims, I don't
Right.
believe they are all practicing. It's more smaller, narrower groups are who call themselves practicing Muslims. Overall, majority is Muslim, and it is Sunni Muslim. So we were raised by this culture, and when I started learning about religion during my childhood, I got more and more
Interested.
I dived more and more, and there have been some times that I actually stayed a little bit outside of it because I had some doubts and reading some inconsistencies in the
Right.
religion.
I'm curious, brother. You were 8 or 9 years old and you began to be interested.
Yes.
How did you begin to study? Did you have books? Because you said your family were not religious.
Yeah, my grandfather bought some very small, thin paper, several page surah kind of,
Like little
like a
booklets?
leaflet, like a booklets, right? So that's where I start learning by heart, and then trying to do salat and all of this. So they were kind of supportive and found whatever they found they gave me. I was reading, and then had my basic foundation there. And later on, after I researched more, as I said, there were some inconsistencies. So I started doubting in now what I knew so far. And then fast forward, when I came across to Abba Sadiq's video, I think it was about Jesus alayhi salam's crucifixion, so-called crucifixion. And when I heard how he explained the whole episode, the whole thing, so I felt that he is on something.
Yeah. You mentioned that you had this, you noticed some inconsistencies in the religion. I was just curious to know what it was that kind of sparked that element of doubt. Because as an 8-year-old who was born to parents who were nominally Muslim but not really practicing, that shows that you already had this kind of thirst for knowledge or spiritual knowledge. And your name is Arif, which is interesting. And we were just saying that we share that common root. But you have this thing, you go into Islam, you start to memorize small surahs of the Quran, and then something fills you with, there's an inconsistency. What was that exactly that made you think that way?
First of all, it was how people behaved, the believers. I saw, like, I've read so many things in Hadith, and I understood it differently when I saw how people are practicing it, how they are behaving it. It was completely something against it, and I felt, I don't want to say it's like how Munafiq behaves, but it's just
we always
make really
highlight
much sense how things are running in these countries and why they are so underdeveloped. Like, why are they always in fight with each other? Why they can't agree on anything with each other, leave alone the Sunni Muslims. They can't do, like, they can't communicate with Shia. They consider themselves the righteous, and they are the only ones who are gonna go to heaven, and everybody else is just
bad. Yeah.
And when you go a little bit more higher, then you will see other religions are also doing the same thing. Christianity is doing the same thing. They're claiming saying apostate to others who don't think the same way they do. So in order to be with them, you have to accept everything letter to letter, how they think and how they assume, or whatever their worldview is, you have to accept it. If you don't, then you are automatically in loss.
Yeah, exactly.
So this was, when I saw that, when I read the hadith and all this end time hadith, I knew that the promised Mahdi would actually unite everybody, and he would actually find all these connections between the religions and prove that all these books and teachings actually one teaching. There are no religions. There's one religion. It always has been one.
Exactly.
There were no other religions but the right religion of Allah, which came through Adam alayhi salam.
Absolutely. So you knew the Mahdi was meant to do that.
I knew that Mahdi would find all these nuances in these religions and the core beliefs of these religions, and then interconnect them. Not just from the perspective of religious point of view, but also as a humanity, because he would care for human humankind. And actually religion is something that should serve humanity and lead them and give them guidance so they can live a good life, both spiritual and material. But what I'm seeing in this world is completely the opposite.
I think that's so fascinating that you knew that for religion to be a true religion, there should be a good impact on society. Society should be running smoothly if that religion is being practiced truly and if it's a true religion. But you didn't see that. And that's why it was inconsistent for you. Something was missing.
Yes.
Okay.
So this was the bottom, the top part of it. However, it wasn't very deep. So when I started learning from Abba Sadiq and reading the Goal of the Wise, then I understood actually what I was thinking makes sense, but it wasn't very strong at that point, like supported by facts from the holy books. And then when I learned a lot more, I said, okay, there's nobody on this earth right now can explain things more better than this.
That's a fact. You absolutely said the truth there.
Yeah, and did you also then, when you were disappointed, let's say, by the mismatch between what people claim to believe and what they practice, did you sort of withdraw a little bit from mainstream religion? Were you the type of person who used to go to the mosque for Friday prayers, or was it a case of just somebody who stays and privately practices their faith? Where did you go when you found that disappointing element within religion?
I mostly practiced privately. I don't normally go to Jummah prayers but I still pray, and I used to pray. But there was a period of time where, after that disappointment, I withdrew and I became more like worldly, normal. Yeah. And later on, something happened. I don't know what, but I got interest in religion again. Yeah. Then I came across to Abba Sadiq.
So can you tell us a bit about your life at this point? So you grew up in Uzbekistan. What point did you go to the United States? How old were you, and how did life change for you after that?
So yeah, I started in the United Kingdom. Graduated in 2015. I used to live in London for several years, and then I moved back to Uzbekistan.
What did you graduate in?
Politics and international studies.
Okay, and that was from London, huh?
Yes.
Then you went back to.
I went back, and then I moved to United States, where my family is, and united. And my wife decided, to arrange a holiday for us, and I said, okay, whatever you want to do, and it ended up being United Kingdom and ended up being close to Manchester. I said, okay, this is a sign.
Right. And
because I didn't say anything or direct or anything. It just was keeping quiet and silent and waiting for the right moment when it will arise for me to be able to visit you guys. So that happened through other channel.
Yeah.
It's divine.
Yes.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, I really wanted you to elaborate a little bit for us the process or that time period where you had gotten interested in religion again, and how then you stumbled upon the lectures and speeches of Abba Sadiq.
So when I thought maybe the being a deist probably would be a better option, more logical.
A deist. Okay.
After I saw so many controversies between, and I said, you are all same.
Yeah.
I was thinking like one of you come and tell me that I have to follow you because you are the most righteous group, and then the other one comes and tells me the same thing, and there are hundreds, maybe thousands of them, and you all contradict each other. And when I looked and searched like how they are criticizing each other, some of them indeed make sense. So I see lots of holes in each belief, in each religion, right? So I said, probably this is all like false, and it's just God exists, and now He created us, and now He wants us to live, and probably that's it. If I acknowledge that God exists, like if I say La ilaha illallah, then I'm saved.
Yeah, that should be enough by
That
the
should
logic
be
of
enough.
the bigger picture, is what you're saying.
Yeah, because this is, I thought this is a logical conclusion when you consider the current status of all these religions. So then Abba Sadiq comes along and tells me something else. Yeah. And then I say, okay.
Changed it up a bit, didn't he?
Yeah, you said that it was the thing that you first mentioned was Abba Sadiq talking about what happened actually at the crucifixion. Is that the first thing that you saw when you came across his material? Yes. And is that what you were looking into at the time?
It was always one of the... There are so many things I was always curious about because I didn't know how to solve it or what the solution to them. And then, indeed, what happened to Jesus alayhi salam was one of those things that I was always thinking and trying to find, like, how should we understand this thing?
Yeah, such a mystery.
Why everybody's saying different thing
Exactly.
and it doesn't match with each other. It's all controversial and they fight over it. And then when I heard Abu Sadiq's explanation, I said, okay, that's
Finally.
it. Finally.
Makes sense.
It was there. It was always there.
Yeah.
We just needed someone to come along and explain it to us.
SubhanAllah.
That's
exactly
amazing.
what happened. Yeah, and then from there on in, you were hooked, I guess.
Yes,
And
I
Abba
watched
Sadiq.
a couple of more videos. More I watched, I became more convinced.
Yeah, and it's fascinating to me that you are a man who was looking at the big picture from the beginning and trying to make sense of all these different schools of thought, different religions. You didn't stay in the box of Islam. You were looking at everything and you wanted to understand the whole picture. Abu Sadiq does that so beautifully in The Goal of the Wise, which you have also read. So what did that feel like? What was that journey like? It's quite a journey. This book is a great book.
It is a great book. It is a little bit hard to digest, and it really depends on your background, where you're coming from, who you are. Are you ready to it? Are you ready to accept it? Because I believe that you kind of have to be maybe not chosen, but you have to be prepared. This call is for those who prepare themselves for it. It's not. It is for the masses, but I think people who think, people who analyze things, and people who have been doing soul searching are actually the first ones who will catch it immediately. And then it will be upon them to go and explain it to others.
Yeah, no, well put. And I do think there's an element of those chosen souls, because we believe in the Raja, we actually believe in the concept of reincarnation. And that's something that this book also talks about. As someone who comes from an Islamic background, what was your reaction to this idea? Because in Sunni Islam in particular, which is also my kind of background, the concept of reincarnation is very Eastern religion, Hinduism, Buddhism, keep it away from me. When you heard about reincarnation, how was that experience?
So regarding to reincarnation and other concepts like that, I had a feeling that all religions, although others who don't belong to that particular religion criticize and say they are completely wrong, I always thought that all these religions must have something in the core that is actually connected to truth. So I was trying to find what are they. So if you imagine like you have a piece of gold and it's covered with all dust and all of this, right? But it's a huge, it may be a huge ball, but it is, its core would be that small gold, right?
Yes.
So you have to uncover that. I was looking for these gems, and I was thinking all these gems in the core of these religions must have some kind of connections.
Right.
So reincarnation was one of it. I did research. Some people said that it is acceptable. It's not against the aqidah to accept the reincarnation, but some say it's completely no. And then when I heard how Abu Sadiq explained it, it really that made more sense. Until then, my confusion was like, what about the spirit and the soul and the human body? Up to this call, I was following another teacher up to that point, right? And he taught me a lot of things which actually coincided with what Abu Sadiq was saying. I think if that step was missing, it would be extremely hard for me to understand this dawah. So it really depends on like your research.
Yeah, you have to do. We are responsible to study and try and understand the reality for what it is, and that sincerity is what then leads us to the truth.
Yes,
ultimately, right?
So yeah, exactly. That's why I always wanted to be open to everything and to be sincere, not just to say that what I believe is the absolute truth.
Yeah, you have to be a person who does soul searching, and it is a heavy book with some heavy truths in it.
Yes.
And those people who have not prepared themselves will really struggle, I think, and that's really well put. And this is why that research, that preparation is so crucial. But there's also that element of being chosen in a way.
Yeah, it's a combination of the two, isn't it?
So you're a certain type of soul that can handle these types of truths, right?
Yes.
So we also have to be grateful for that. So thank you very much for sharing that.
So how did you, when you said you came across the videos of Abu Sadiq, was it accidental? Did it show up on your feed? Did someone tell you, hey, there's a channel?
I was just like going through different videos.
Yeah.
I mostly watch mysteries and religious, esoteric stuff, right? So maybe that's, I don't know, it's just maybe the algorithm. It maybe just God guided me.
Yeah, he showed up on
definitely
your
God
feed.
guided me. I have no doubt in that. So then about this reincarnation and the transmigration of the soul.
Oh, wow, yes.
And both of them, so it was new, completely new to me. But transmigration, it just made so much sense. I said, oh my God, this was the missing stone, the cornerstone of this thing, which is actually holding the whole truth there. If you understand it, how this thing works, then you can explain and understand the whole situation,
puzzle,
what happened, the puzzle.
Yeah.
In what sense then? Because transmigration is a very specific thing, isn't it? Again, it's the way we learned about it was again through the story of Jesus, the ability to jump between bodies, and the souls can also be reborn in new bodies.
Yes.
And this is something that you said when you heard this, it really made everything click for you. I was just interested to know, what was it about this particular truth that made the penny drop?
If you can elaborate a little bit more, I would.
It was just, there is a saying. In Shia Islam, Imam Sadiq has a saying, he says, those who do not believe in our raja, in our return, in our reincarnation, are not from us. In other words, it is, as you said, a real cornerstone.
Yes.
Imagine you cannot be from the Shia of the family of Muhammad unless you have belief in this concept of reincarnation, of transmigration of the soul. It's so pivotal, it's so important to understand that if you don't have that capacity to accept this truth, then it can actually take you out of the wilayah of the family of Muhammad.
Yes.
So when you said that, it immediately brought that narration into my mind. And I really do believe that anybody who reads the stories, especially of Jesus, when they hear the Prophet Muhammad say that it was not him who was crucified, but a lookalike took his place,
Yes.
then it makes all the sense in the world, doesn't it?
Yes, exactly. So exactly, that was the point. When you explain it that way, then you have a beautiful formula. You're just missing one element of it. So that was it.
That was the missing piece.
That
in
was
puzzle.
the missing element of that grandiose formula.
And it's kind of that glue that was missing between Judaism, Christianity, and Islam.
Yes, absolutely.
The Abrahamic faiths needed an answer. As you said, this was a huge question, a question mark in history. No one understood it. And then Abu Sadiq came and he very easily, seamlessly put it all together in that lecture that you were referring to. And that for you was the beginning of a very beautiful journey into the School of Divine Mysteries.
It was. That explained a lot. And then I was convinced that Raja is actually
the
truth. And I just didn't know how to find more, proof to back it up, because in Quran it doesn't specifically say it. It doesn't say it word to word. But then if you look at the Bible, you will find a lot of information. Unfortunately, as a Sunnis, we are kind of hold apart from the Bible, or discouraged from it. We're not allowed to read it. If you read it, then you are kind of betraying your religion. So that kind of notion is, I find it not objective. It's very not sincere. No. If you're not sincere, then you're. I don't know how you can find the truth.
Yeah, no, it's
you have to reconsider. You have to give up some of your beliefs that actually doesn't connect. That actually makes it a little bit weak. So you need to find it, and when you see or find something more convincing, more logical explanation, then you have to get rid of your old belief and then accept the new one.
But it takes courage.
It takes courage. Yes, it takes objectivity, sincerity. It's not easy.
Yeah. Was it easy to accept the Kaaba being in Petra?
Oh, actually, recently, for the past several weeks, I've been like heavily researching that topic, because I was really scared. I accepted to call everything is good, running smoothly, everything makes sense, and then this Mecca is not Mecca. Oh my God, now what I'm gonna do?
Exactly.
It is a heavy thing for someone who grew up Muslim to find out that our history is not as it seems.
Yes.
Right. But there's a lot of evidence for it.
Yes. So I searched, I did my research, I found so many places where it actually matches with the explanation of Kaaba in the Hadith, and around the Petra region, even the Weeping Valley, it's called Bakka, the Valley of Bakka. It's very close to Jerusalem. That's exactly where the Valley of Moses is, the Musa, what is called? Wadi of Musa.
Wadi al-Musa.
This is where Hazrat Aaron alayhi salam was buried. His tomb is there. So everything is pretty close, and this is where actually I found that after Moses alayhi salam, Joshua and his followers actually supposed to enter to Jerusalem. From that point, which is actually also there, that makes a lot of sense, rather than them coming all the way from Egypt and going to
Hijaz,
desert. They say it's the Sinai Mount where the current, they say, it really didn't make any sense. So it was actually around the Petra region. This how where I found, and it's also mentions where the oldest house is,
Yes.
Ibrahim alayhi salam, Adam alayhi salam. It's the conjunction of all the trade regions. Everything is going
Yes.
there. All the religions are based there.
Exactly.
Judaism,
Historical trade capital.
yes,
Yeah, it really
Judaism, Christianity, Nabateans there.
Yeah, the temples of Lat, Manat, and
Temples of
Uzza are
Lot
there.
there. I even think maybe the seven sleepers are probably also somewhere around that area, because when you think it is indeed such a holy place, that as if everything happened there. Moses was there, Aaron was there,
It was the focal point.
Abraham was
Yes.
there. Adam built the first house there,
Mm-hmm.
and then it suddenly disappeared. Then now you have Kaaba in Mecca, current Mecca, in somewhere in the middle of the desert. No people can survive there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No one can live
no
there.
vegetation.
No vegetation.
Infertile
nothing.
soil. It doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense. So considering all of this, I
Yes.
said, actually, that makes more sense.
Yeah. And what about all of the ancient mosques, the first
Yeah.
mosques ever to be built? You can actually very precisely direct their qibla. It goes exactly in the location of
Yes.
Petra,
Yes.
rather than like 30 degrees down into what they currently call Makkah. And Abu Sadiq has said it. If you, and I wanted to transition here to the wilaya, the concept of the imams of the Ahlul Bayt versus the caliphs that the Sunnis hold to be true. How was that transition for you? Because as a Sunni Muslim myself, we were told to revere the first four
Right.
caliphs of Islam. They were the Rashidun. They were the ones that we should know about. When you found out that actually it was the family of Muhammad, how did that click your switch? How did that make everything shift in your mind?
I think it is one of the most important parts of the DNA of the religion. It is actually the successorship. That's what I understood. Because other than that, nothing makes sense. So I didn't really know about it until I watched the videos or read the book. And then it really clicked. I said, how is it possible that we couldn't see it?
Yeah.
This is it. It is the successorship. It is not based on just human decision, choice. You have to be chosen. God must have guided you, so then you can guide others. Otherwise, you have no right to command over people in matters of religion or serious matters, because you are just normal human being. You're not appointed by God. Only who are appointed by God could have such authority over others. So that really made sense, and this is why it was actually the successors of imams, and then successor of Mahdis as well. So it is like unstopped, like continuous, smooth successorship, starting from Adam alayhi salam all the way to Abu Sadiq, and then
Exactly.
Beyond.
I like
So-
how you put it, that it's a part of the DNA of religion is divine successorship,
Yeah,
divine appointment.
yeah. If you remove the successorship, I think everything falls apart.
Yeah, and if you sever that link, or you try to, you can never really do it, because God always keeps it intact. But when the Muslims, they decapitate their imam, then what is it to lose the Kaaba? The Muslims lost it then. They lost the month of Ramadan. Even that everything got mixed up. When you reject the Caliph of God, you reject everything. When you say, I'm not going to prostrate to Adam, that's it. You've cut yourself off from guidance, haven't you? This is a crucial part of the DNA of the dawah.
Yes. So it seems like after understanding all of this, I came to conclusion that the everything is just the copy or a manifestation of the same core, the truth, a simple truth, a simple event that happened from the time when Iblis disobeyed Allah and Adam alayhi salam. So it is a very brief event or story, but that keeps manifesting every age and time again and again and again.
Yeah, it's a pattern.
It is a
pattern of misguidance that keeps repeating itself, and this is what we need the living imam for.
Yes.
And on that note, brother, I know that you speak several languages. Could you would you care to share that with us? Which languages you speak?
Yeah, I speak Turkish. I used to go to Turkish school. I can understand like maybe 90%. I don't want to say I speak like fluent, very fluent, but
we'll give you Turkish. What else is on your CV?
Turkish, some English and Russian, because we mostly speak Russian in our regions.
Oh, really? Okay,
yeah.
So Russian you're fluent with completely?
Russian, yeah, fluent.
Amazing.
Russian,
right.
yeah. And Uzbek language, which is actually close to Turkish, and that's all.
So using that skill that you have of these different languages, I know that you've been contributing to the spread of the call. You've been using your skills to share the dawah with others. Can you tell our viewers what it is that you've been doing?
Yes, I've been basically I've been trying to digest all this knowledge I've learned, and then put it in a little bit more simpler kind of way of explaining to other people in my own language. That's why I just run a small YouTube channel just to tell people
in Russian,
in Uzbek language.
In Uzbek language, okay.
That Mahdi has arrived, and what this call is about, what the religion is about, and what is this reincarnation, all these concepts, the important concepts. I'm trying to explain it, and I've made 5 series of recognizing Imam and how do you recognize Mahdi based on the book and the videos we have. Starting from the covenants, the several covenants and others.
Brilliant. Excellent. Wow, this is great. And I don't believe we have the Goal of the Wise in Russian, or do we?
I know it's a work in progress with Russian, but Brother Arif is actually the one doing it in Uzbek, which is really exciting.
Yes, I started it.
It's a big job.
How far it is.
It's a 600
job.
plus book, plus page book. Yeah, it's a big job, and we appreciate that so much. And Brother Arif, you are working for the call. You're translating. You're making content. You've made your way all the way here, and we know that the focus of all of these facts is Abu Sadiq. And we'd love to have your, your perspective on this great person and your words on him.
So I consider Abu Sadiq is the living Hujjah. And he is the one who can explain us all the holy books. He is the guide. This is where I connect to Hadith, where it says, I'm leaving you after myself, Quran and my Ahlul Bayt. And Ahlul Bayt and Quran, they will never go apart from each other. They are always together. If I consider Quran as the just non-living book, then I consider Abu Sadiq as the living book.
Alhamdulillah. Very well said.
Yeah, very well said. And the effect of Abu Sadiq, he carries this aura around him when he speaks. He speaks with the authority of an imam, with a knowledge that you would expect from somebody who is saying that they're from the family of the Prophet. Now, what are the plans moving forward? And are you going to continue? Obviously, you're going to do the book. You are working on that. It's a work in progress. And I'm really, really happy and pleased to hear that you're, translating and making simple the concepts, as simple as you can, for the people to digest and understand this heavy truth that has come in, and step by step take them on the same journey that you completed. But what's the future looking like for you now, Arif? What's in the pipeline?
So. This is basically the essence and the meaning of my life. I don't want to be wasting my time with different, philosophies or schools of thought. I found the true religion. I found the true philosophy. It's all connecting. We have a living Imam with us who can explain and guide us. So I pray to Allah that I will always remain with this community and be a follower of Abu Sadiq.
MashaAllah, amazing.
And raise my kids and hopefully give them also good advice about all of these things.
God bless you, Arif.
Yes. And take some flowers back for your wife for choosing this as a holiday spot.
It's
very important.
Great decision.
She played a part.
Great decision.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Brother Arif. Really enjoyed hearing your story. It was
I'm
a great
really
honor.
honored to see you, all of you. Thank you for accepting me, showing me around and how things are running. I was really hoping actually to see all of that, and I am grateful that it actually happened.
Alhamdulillah. And Ali and I was saying this morning on our live show that the train is about to leave the station and you got to get on board the train, which is the Imam of the time, that Ark of Salvation.
Yes.
And I think you've boarded just on time. We are taking off very quickly. Lots and lots of people around the world are interested in this dawah. And you can see people from all over the world, Brother Arif from an Uzbeki background, now in America, coming to the UK and finding the Imam of his time. So big congratulations to you, my brother.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for everything you guys do. I watch your shows every day. I get a lot of knowledge. If I miss something, I found an explanation from your shows.
God bless you.
I'm really appreciative of everything you guys also doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arif. Yeah, it was a great interview. I really enjoyed that, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you guys again, hopefully very soon, for another I Found the Mahdi episode. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.